All right, guys, I'm doing codes like this for the NFL, the NBA, the World Cup, whatever the sport. I do codes like this where I decode the script of the game. The script of the game, and people on my website are now trusting that and getting on teams at plus 750 in play. So my friend Liam got on them at plus 700, the Boston Celtics. So the Celtics came out dominating this game. Dominating. So with a few minutes left of the game, the Lakers had a really comfortable lead. The Boston Celtics had an 86% chance of losing. But with this knowledge, you know that means nothing when black magic is involved. Boston were up 15-5 at one point in the game. That almost told me it was done. In the first quarter, it was done. Because I can read where these games are going. And Kobe was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame on 15-5, the 15th of May, on May the 15th. It was inducted by Michael Jordan, who was born 2-17. Look how the Celtics came in with a 21-7 record. That's 2-17, guys. Ignore this here. It's 2-17. Michael Jordan born February the 17th. So when I see this early, I'm like, come on, Lakers, come back, take a lead, come on. And they did. They took a big lead in the fourth. And they've got players like LeBron, Anthony Davis, Westbrook. They've got championship winning players, yet they couldn't hold the lead. And when I saw really late on the Lakers missed 2 free throws to pretty much win them the game if they made them both, and they missed them both, I was like, okay, please go to overtime. It went to overtime, and I was like, there we go. Celtics have this wrapped up. They gave the Lakers a lead in overtime, but then they suddenly forgot how to play basketball, and then the Celtics became superheroes. So the Celtics were down really bad late in the fourth and somehow came back to tie the game at 110-110. The World Trade Center had 110 floors. It's a really big number, guys. Celtics win by 4. Okay, they won by 4 in overtime. LA in Gematria gets you 4. I always talk about the 4 horsemen. This code was connected to revelation. All right, notice how Boston got 122 points. And Kobe's highest scoring game and his 666 game was on 122. So the main thing I loved for Boston was this 22-7 I've been talking about for 2 years. All right, and I'll explain why. This right here is huge. 2-2-7. Notice in overtime how the Lakers finished with 8 points. Kobe Bryant's jersey number when he first signed with them. 8 points. First quarter, they got 24. Kobe's jersey numbers, 24, 8. Notice how Boston got 37 in the first quarter and 12 in overtime. 37, the 12th prime. So this was the pre-code. They can become 22-7 for the season in regards to Boston. I'm going to show you how everything's synced up here, and I've done this over and over and over and over again. Brady made his name in Boston with the Patriots, and he retired after 22 seasons with 7 rings. 227 is the 49th prime number. In Gematria, Revelation equals 49, which I always talk about. Antichrist equals 49. Brady just dropped to 6-7 for the season after losing to the 49ers. The Lakers just dropped to 6-7 at home. Kobe died on 67 date numerology. 1 plus 26 plus 20 plus 20 equals 67. Kobe Bryant trained no other than Jason Tatum, who scored 44 points in this game, 44 minutes played, 9 rebounds, 6 assists like 96, the year Kobe was drafted. But the 44 guys, a number connected to death. And they win by 4 points. So Tatum delivers, guys. And look how many points LeBron got. 33. 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and 9 times 11 gets you 99. I told you about the 49s, 227, the 49th prime. 4-9 is the 99th day of the year, and remember Prince Philip died on 4-9 on the 99th day of the year at age 99. And look how LeBron had 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Crazy. He played 43 minutes. This is the age Brady was when he won Super Bowl 55. So, Boston became 11-5 away. Brady and the Bucks were 11-5 going into the playoffs, where they went on to win Super Bowl 55, which I coded at the beginning of the season, that they would beat the Chiefs. Got it perfect. That season, in the playoffs, I won over $5,000 on the Bucks. I had them every game in the playoffs, and every game they were the underdog, apart from the one game against Washington. They were underdogs against the Packers, against the Saints, and against the Chiefs. But with the code, I was not going to not bet on them. And I was right to do so. 11 times 5 equals 55. Okay, and Brady won Super Bowl 55. Comes into the playoffs with an 11-5 record. AD, Anthony Davis, he recently scored 55 points for LA. The Lakers stayed on 133 regular season wins versus Boston. Brady won the lowest scoring Super Bowl, 13-3. Francis became the Pope on 13-3. Go back and watch my video about why the Patriots won in Monday Night Football and why they became 7-6. Alright? Go and watch it and see how perfect the code is. The Lakers dropped to 78-57 versus Boston at home in the regular season. This was the 135th regular season home game for LA versus Boston. People in this community in your Discords and stuff would have said Lakers are going to become 79-56. Society of Jesus equals 79-56. And then be really gutted that they lost. Kobe was born in 78 and was 5-7 in NBA Finals. He won 5 out of 7. And he played in 135 playoff games, and he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame on the 135th day of 2021, which is 15-5. The Bucks won Super Bowl 55 and ended with a 15-5 record for the season because they won 4 playoff games in order to do that. All right, and going back here, the score, look, was 15-5. 15 plus 5 is 20. Kobe played 20 seasons in the NBA. He died in 2020, and 20,000 people attended his memorial. And my boy Gabriel, who set up this website with me, a genius, said, "Wild. Would say your code was pretty spot on. They stopped the clock at 2:27 in overtime. When I saw that, I knew it was over. I have learned you make your bet when you decide to trust the code. After that, try to get the biggest odds. Congratulations." Boom. Again, there's people gambling. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. I teach people how to do it. If you're going to gamble, I teach you. You've got to look in play. You've got to look for patterns. And you've got to know when to go in. Guys, Boston Celtics were plus 750 in play. That's a big future. That can cover 7 months with me on my website if you just put $10 on it. All right? Yes, you could have took Boston minus 150. Still decent enough. But you ain't going to make money. So here's the image, guys, of them stopping the clock at 2:27 in overtime. 2:27. My whole code was about 2:27. And here, Celtics were only up by 2. They were up by 2. So just seeing those things, you're like, all right, let's get on the Celtics here. Again, told you when I used to bet, I would go in play sometimes 8-9 times when I saw exactly the way the game was going. I didn't get over emotional about it. I was like, I know where this is going. I know where it's going. I know in basketball at any point, they can have a team go 7 possessions without scoring. After previously going 7 possessions scoring. They just forget how to play. But the players are not in control of their actions. I've shown you that now at this point. Some sort of witchcraft or demons or Satan. They're not in control. They might think they're in control, but for me, they're absolutely not in control. All right? There's no way it's all planned out perfectly for things like this to happen, which I catch every day. So guys, it's just, what is it, 7 out of 7 in my last NFL picks. NBA I've ruined for 2 years straight. I said the NBA Finals would finish 4-2 and said the Warriors would win it. I said the Avalanche would win the Stanley Cup Final 4-2 and they did. I said the World Series would finish 4-2 and Houston won 4-2 because 42 times 3 is 126 and 1,026 days is 42 months. That's why Kobe died on 126, the 42nd year of his life. Okay? Understanding this knowledge, not just to win money, but to see through the illusion. I'm so grateful to my community. Alright, 4 comments. And the Celtics win by 4. When they literally had an 86% chance of losing at one point in the game. Wild stuff, eh? Look at this. AD, 37 points, 12 rebounds, 37 in the 12th prime. You just see this stuff all the time. All the time. And look how the Lakers literally have a player called Thomas Bryant. It's just almost laughable. Thomas Bryant. Then they've got Austin Reeves, whose nickname's Hillbilly Kobe. Have you seen him, guys? Clearly there because he sold his soul. Doesn't look anything like a basketball player. Schroeder got absolutely embarrassed in a ritual and now he's back there. Okay? Just maybe he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do in his satanic fraternity. So another one bites the dust, guys. Alright, look, 20 points in overtime as well. Another 20. So it's just undeniable. It really is. And I do this day in, day out, and I've done it for over 2 years, and there's definitely people in this community really envious of what I do. But I don't have to worry about them anymore. I will not be responding to YouTube comments anymore. If anyone wants to come at me on Twitter and says anything, I will just block you. The only people I'm going to communicate with are people on my website. Even on Instagram, guys, now, I get about 50 messages a day. Unless it's something really interesting, I won't be responding. I don't have enough time in the day to be doing it. All right, I'm going to focus on those people on my website and those people that I actually know now. Just so you know. And it's not me being rude. I'm sure you probably wouldn't be responding to somebody who you didn't know every day of the week. Like I do. To hundreds of people, it seems, these days. So there you have it. Just absolutely annihilated the NBA again. Showing people, if you know how to bet, you can win a ton of money. And if you don't, just don't waste your time doing it. Because it's pure energy harvesting if you're clueless. Alright guys, much love and take care.